Our next guest is Jason Honaker of Novant Health, Oceanside Family Medicine in Bolivia. Hello, Jason. What a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, too. It's nice to be here.
Well, we're so glad to have you on the show and in our area.
Thank you.
And so I'm curious, how do you like the area so far?
The area's actually been great. We really like being near the beach. It's a little bit different pace of life than my wife and I are used to, but it's been nice kind of slowing down a little bit, and it's been great.
Yeah. Well, let's get to know you a little better. Tell me about your education and your experience.
Sure. I did my schooling in Virginia. I grew up in southeastern Virginia, and so I did PA school at Eastern Virginia Medical School. And then I've had a couple different areas of work since then. I worked in neurosurgery for a couple years in the OR in a hospital. Then I was a family practice PA at a military treatment facility as a civil contractor. And then I moved to New York City and worked in a private practice pain management clinic. So I've had a lot of different experiences.
A lot of different experience, and that's really good and good for us. I understand that you speak Spanish, is that correct?
Yes. So in New York, a good percentage of my patients are Hispanic. So I was frustrated with having to get an interpreter all the time, so I started taking Spanish classes so I could learn.
Well, that's great. It'll probably come in handy in this area too.
I hope so.
Yes. Well, I'm curious what led you to come to this area?
So mostly, I mean, the short answer is family. We have family in this area. We didn't in New York. The longer part is that my wife and I traveled for all of 2015 and basically spent all of our money. And
you had to go back to work.
Had to go back to work, and we wanted to be nearer to family, so here we are.
So you've always had family here, and had that always been your plan to come back?
No, it's actually been more recently. As I said, my wife and I both grew up in Virginia, but we've recently had family moving to this area. So everyone's kind of moving down this way.
Yeah, it's kind of nice when you have family in the area and
it is.
Just like coming home, you know. So
absolutely.
That's really
good.
good.
And it feels like home. It's similar climate and near the beach, so it's been great.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the practice. I know you're at Novant Health, Oceanside Family Medicine in Bolivia. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you're partnered with Dr. Kenneth Hamby?
Dr. Hamby, yes, ma'am.
Yes, he's a great fellow. We've had him on this show too.
He's great. I've seen the video.
Oh, good. What services are you offering at that location?
Sure. Well, being family practice, we have typical annual exams, routine screening.
Sure.
We see a full range of ages.
Okay.
Plus sick call, as well, same day.
So do you see infants?
No, really, kind of basically like 2 years to 100.
Okay. 2 to 100.
Right.
Well, that sounds good. I think that's kind of nice because you build that relationship within that family. And
correct.
So that makes it kind of nice. As a physician assistant in the office, tell me more about your role in the group.
Sure. It's a busy practice, so kind of where I've been fitting in so far, and I've been here about 2 months, is sort of freeing up Dr. Hamby to start seeing new patients and making his life a little bit easier. So all of our same-day patients that need to be seen, people who are sick and would like a quicker appointment or have an issue where they normally would have to wait several weeks to get an appointment, are able to come in much more quickly to get a visit.
What are your hours at the clinic?
So right now we're 8 to 5, and we're going to be going 8 to 6 within probably a month.
Yeah, many of the practices are open until 6, and I think that's a real people pleaser because people who work, can't always take time off.
Yeah, it can be hard to get an appointment that way.
Right. Now, at Novant Health, as in most of the Novant Health medical groups, they use electronic medical record.
Yes.
And I assume that you also are on that record?
We are.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And how's that working for you?
It's great. It's always a little bit of a transition getting used to a new system, but I really like the one that we're using. It's integrated really well with some of the other physicians in the area, and we're able to communicate with patients very effectively.
Do your patients like MyChart?
They do. It's great. They can send us messages, and we're able to respond back to them, and we can send them their lab results, test results on MyChart, so they are able to go on and frees up some of our staff from not having to make as many phone calls,
Right.
which is great.
Yeah, I love my chart. I think it's great, and it's refreshing to be able to email your physician and get that response.
Absolutely.
It didn't cost you anything.
Right.
It didn't take any time, and it's just,
patients really seem to like it.
yeah, I think it's really a good thing. Well, for viewers out there who might be interested in coming into the office, how might we get in touch with Novant Health, Oceanside Family Medicine in Bolivia?
Sure. There's a few different ways. We're located at 584 Hospital Drive, Suite C, right next to the Brunswick Medical Center on 17. So they can find us there.
Very convenient to the hospital.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's really great having it right next door. They can also reach us by phone. It's 910-721-4100, and also online, oceansidefamilymedicine.org.
Oh,
So a few different ways they can
Sure.
track us down.
Sure. Great. Is there anything else that you would like to share with our viewers before we wrap up?
I'm excited to be here, and I'll be seeing a lot of patients, as people like to be able to get an appointment quickly. So it's nice to be able to have that option. And Dr. Hamby and I work very closely. We try to treat our patients like family,
Sure.
and provide the best care that we can. So I'm sure I'll be seeing some of our viewers hopefully
That'll be
sometime
great,
soon.
and I'll tell you that they saw you on the TV show.
That'd be awesome.
And you are accepting new patients,
We are
correct?
correct. We're getting through a lot of new patients now that have come on board. So
Right.
Dr. Hamby usually sees the new patients, and then follow-ups we'll both take care of.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure meeting you as well.
And I'm happy that you're enjoying the area. And I hope we'll have you back sometime soon so we can see how it's going.
That would be great. Thank you.
All right. Thanks again.